Hi, welcome to the second episode of Cascade Cassette 50 on the Commodore 64. This time we're going to go through the next 10 games and just see if somewhere in the middle of this collection there's a game that is not a complete piece of shit. So without further ado, number 11. So we start off this week with Ivasive Action, which can't spell evasive, so it's off to a great start. In this game, you have to send your bug, it's supposed to be a bug, up the screen, avoiding the fast growing mushrooms. Okay, so this game is garbage. Not off to a great start. These mushrooms could appear randomly underneath your ship, sorry, bug, probably whatever the hell it is. So, yeah, you can randomly die anyway. And is that a bug? Is it really a bug? What the hell is it supposed to be? God knows. But yeah, soul destroying. Fly up, hit mushrooms. You can go off to the other side of the screen, though it seems to be kind of weird where the cut-off point is. And yeah, sometimes you can get a high score by just randomly shoving up and hoping for the best. But I don't think anybody's going to play this long enough to want to get a high score. So, yeah. Moving on. So, what can I say about this one? It's Noughts and Crosses. A particularly slow, sluggish, ugly version of it. And it's not a complicated game. You can play it on paper. If you're desperate to have computer AI to play against, well, you can play it on here, but it's really not worth it. I mean, yeah, it's Noughts and Crosses kind of those games where when people learn to program, it's one of the first things they do. First bit of rudimentary AI. Yeah, let's just move on with our lives and on to the next game, shall we? So now we've got Boggle, which is, yeah, simple game. You can choose between a 1 and 9 digit number. The computer randomizes it and you have to guess it. Each time you make a guess, it tells you how many you got correct and how many in the correct place. Yeah, okay, but it's not bad to play. It's a very simple game. It's the kind of thing you expect from a magazine type-in or something like that, or something you make yourself. And so yeah, it's not something you want to pay money for, but do you know what? There's worse ways to pass your time. I mean, people either like these number logic puzzles or they don't, so if you do, then yeah, I think you could derive some enjoyment from this, so yeah, not too terrible. But also not exactly exciting on video. So, yep, we're going to move on to the next game now. And now we go straight back to the bottom of the barrel with this lazy offering. This is Pontoon, your $1 card game. And yeah, I have nothing against your card games in principle, but come on, they're writing out 3 of clubs, 4 of clubs, 7 of clubs. The Commodore 64 literally has in its character set clubs, spades, diamonds and hearts. How hard is it to just make a little card symbol on the screen? Jesus, bleeding Christ. So yeah, this may not be the worst game in terms of playability, but it's got to be the laziest. It's a bloody card game, for Christ's sake. Just, yeah, anyway. Next. Okay, first we'll address the elephant in the room. The game's called Ski Jump. I've not seen any evidence of any ski jumps at all within this game. However, that aside, do you know what? This isn't that bad. It's more of a sort of slalom, dodging obstacles. And yeah, the collision detection's a bit over-eager. There's bits where you're pretty sure you haven't quite hit something, but you still get hit anyway. It's very basic, you avoid trees, houses and that, but do you know what? I didn't hate playing this. It's actually the best game on the tape so far. And they've actually bothered some graphics unlike bloody Pontoon. And there even seem to be stages. I mean, I never got past the next bit, but you go down the trees here and then you get to this thin bit, which is supposed to be a mountain pass, I think. But do you know what? Yeah, not that bad a game. With a bit more time on this, a bit more polish, it could be pretty decent. So, yeah, bit of a silver lining. Not every game on Cascade 50 is a complete pile of shit. Some of them are just a bit poor, that's all. So, you know, I'm feeling a bit more confident now that we might be able to find something decent on this tape. Well, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but there might actually be some hope. Ski Jump, despite featuring no ski jumps, is probably the most playable game on his collection so far. It was actually, dare I say it, enjoyable compared to the rest of the shit on his tape, so perhaps if that one's there, there might be some other hidden gems. So let's see what the next 5 hold. I spoke too soon, way too soon. Now, let's not take away from this amazing feat that they've managed with this game. They've actually managed to cock up Hangman. One of the most simple games in existence. Everybody knows how to play it. Yep, again, it's one of those kind of games where people use that as a first test of programming. Can I make a Hangman game? Yeah. But nope. On Cascade Cassette 50, they managed to cock up Hangman. So yeah, you know how Hangman plays. You get a letter, say G, and then it was any G's in that word, they all fill in. No. Not on Cascade 50. No. It plays by its own rules. Its own very, very bad rules. So, as you'll see very, very soon, I end up hanging because I can't work out the rest of the letters in this word. You know why? Because they're already there. I've done the G, I've done the A's, they should all be in there. Yeah, aggravates. It definitely did aggravate me. Just, how do you cock up Hangman? Seriously. It's not bloody hard to do. It's one of the simplest games in the world. How the hell do you get that bloody wrong? Yeah. Anyway, I think it's time to swiftly move on from this bag of shit. And Cassette 50 just keeps on giving with this putrid offering. So somebody decided to take giraffes, checkers, whatever you want to call it, and they turned it upside down on its head by changing the rules to, instead of jumping over the piece, you just land on the piece. And you quickly discover there's a reason why you jump over the pieces in giraffes when you're playing it. Because this way round, it is tedious and bloody boring. If you don't like giraffes, avoid this game. If you like giraffes, avoid this game. This game's called Thin Ice, and this collection's on Thin Ice at the moment. Yeah, in case you're wondering, this game is up to the usual quality of the Cassette 50 standards. So yeah, you push the joystick in a direction that you want to cover with this bridge, and this geriatrical fart walks along it to the other side. You get points if it makes it to the other side. I think you die if he drops in the water and you lose game over. But the way this game's designed, you'd have to try and kill him to lose. Because if you really feel lazy, every time he gets to the other side, just push down left. Because he can drop down from the other levels or land on the platform. And push down, then push down right, and he'll go across. And you can just keep repeating that. No matter which level the guy appears at, just keep doing that. Because I think you get a slightly high score if he crosses at another level. But to be fair, how many people are going to be playing this for high score? In fact, how many people are going to be playing this fucking garbage? Yeah. Let's move on, shall we? What we really need is another terrible Lunar Lander type game to absolutely nobody. So yep, number 19 is Orbiter, and yep, it's another rip-off of Lunar Lander, that sort of game. And yeah, it's not quite as bad as Lunar Landing, but that's about the best thing going for it. So you choose a pad, I think depending on how difficult the pad is the score, but yeah, the chance of actually landing this thing at the correct magic speed that it wants is pretty much minimal. I tried a few times with this, and no matter what speed I was going at, I seemed to crash and blow up. I go super slow, bang. Go fast, bang. Do anything, bang. What happens to your brain playing this game? Bang. So and finally, comes a game that's so repugnantly awful that it makes you want to be physically sick. I don't know what it is about this game, but it just makes me really angry that it exists. It's absolutely dreadful. Just like you... I'm lost for words. You have to go along the motorway to save your girlfriend, who's absolutely gigantic, as you can see sat down in the corner there. So you have to cross these lanes of traffic. There seem to all be drag cars that are on this motorway. And yeah, what the hell is this game? What is it? Why does it exist? Why has someone allowed it to exist? Just why isn't it being like encased in concrete and buried in the ocean somewhere and then nuked and then dug up and shot to pieces just to make sure it dies? Just Motorways. It's a game that I just find the most despisable on its collection. So what a great end to this episode. Yeah. Whatever you do, even if you're slightly curious about playing Cassette 50, don't put this piece of turd on. So yes, I spoke way too soon. After Ski Jump, got a bit exciting, thought there might be something else playable, but no. Next 5 games didn't just scrape the bottom of the barrel, they lifted up the barrel and scraped the shit underneath it. Especially Motorway. Fuck Motorway. Anyway, until next time, don't have nightmares, because I bloody will.